Brothers and sisters, warm greetings from Balaji Vidyapit, popularly referred to as SBV. I am delighted to meet you all once again through Channel 1. I thank you for your continuous support in this endeavor. Today's topic is something which gives an interesting perspective of how we approach well-being, salutogenesis. Salutogenesis is a unique approach to human health which examines the factors contributing to the promotion and maintenance of physical and mental well-beings rather than disease, with particular emphasis on the coping mechanisms of individuals, which helps preserve health despite stressful conditions. According to Aaron Antonovsky, life experience helps shape one's sense of coherence. That means a global orientation. Life is understood as more or less comprehensible, meaningful, and manageable. This sense of coherence helps determine one's movement on the health edge or this is continuum. A strong sense of coherence helps one mobilize resources to cope with stressors and manage tension successfully. Health is a concept that goes beyond the absence of disease to include physical, mental, and social well-being. Salutogenesis, developed by Antonovsky in the 1970s, looks at what generates health by exploring the reasons why some people stay healthy in the face of hazardous influences, whilst others, faced with the same hardship, fall in. Antonovsky research shows how adverse events and stress can become the opportunity to generate health if certain personal characteristics are present. Resilience to difficult situations depends on a person's sense of coherence, a global orientation towards life that is based on self-reliance in the face of challenges, self-confidence in one's ability to deal with demanding events, and the trust that difficult events hold meaning for one's life. College students are a key population segment for determining the economic growth and success of a country. Unfortunately, college years are a peak period for onset of many common mental disorders, particularly mood, anxiety, and substance abuse. Studies consistently find high prevalence of these disorders in college students. Emerging adulthood, which includes the college years, represents a distinct period of development straddling the adolescence and young adulthood life stages. Hence, a salutogenic focus and approach to such a population can improve their well-being at earlier stages of life and thus increase the overall well-being through their lifespan, which in turn enhances the growth of the country. Contemporary evidence shows that a salutogenic approach could have a more central position in public health and health promotion research and practice. Furthermore, it could contribute to the solution of some of the most urgent public health problems of our time, that is, mental health.
The Student Welfare Department at SBV takes utmost care in the psychological well-being of students at all times. Awareness regarding the Student Welfare Department is given to the students, parents, faculty or mentors, and the open accessibility to whenever they need it. During the foundation program, the faculty of the Student Welfare Department, namely the Senior Student Welfare Officer and the Student Counselor, are introduced and the details of their availability are explained. In the foundation program sessions, motivational talks on positive psychology like increasing self-esteem levels are given together with other learning strategies and memory techniques. The students are encouraged to feel free to walk into the department and talk to the student counselors on being homesick or performance in exams or anything that they need a listening ear for. The Student Welfare Department caters to all the constituent colleges of SBV and takes all steps to reduce the anxiety and stress level of students during their academic years. The students are given motivational talks on the responsibilities of their student. The students were made to repeat the affirmations to enkindle the positive attitude in them. The word search techniques or thought and exercise are given for practice to increase their memory and concentration. Apart from this, goal setting techniques and memory techniques are also taught. Creative visualization techniques and vision board creation techniques are taught to them. Creative visualization is explained in detail and practiced, and the students were asked to practice this on a regular basis, which will help them to decide what they want from life and how they should work towards it. We are constantly improvising and making changes in our approach towards students on a day-to-day basis. Further, the Department of Psychiatry of MGMCRI, a constituent college of SBV, conducts mental health and well-being program for students with the aim of identifying those who need extra care and attention and to help the students realize their potential during their course in this institute. All students attend an orientation talk on the relevance of mental health and well-being for the students. This is followed by a brief interactive session with the students where they are explained about the purpose of the exercise and assured about confidentiality of the information shared. This is expected to make students feel at ease and facilitate their participation. The program was commenced from 2014 with the first year MBBS batch and has since then come a long way from the extensive review and upgradation of tools used to gather data, extension of the program to other groups of students, to online data gathering with a digitized version of tools. Every student and their needs are unique. In future, we are planning towards inculcating principles of neuro-linguistic programming, hypnotherapy and other such techniques.
A mentor is a person who provides proper guidance, motivation and emotional support to the mentee. A mentor may also help for exploring careers, setting short-term and long-term goals, developing contacts, etc. As a faculty, Working in a university, we have an additional role of being a mentor to one or few students. If the mentor identifies the stressors faced by the mentee and adopt salutogenic principles to overcome the stress factors and provide them adequate emotional support, then mentorship will be more effective.
Greetings from Sri Balaji Vidyapeeth. Recognition of diligent and hard work of the avid learners is synonymous with the Institute Day celebration in any academic institute. This day is celebrated in a manner that is befitting the ethos and marks a special day in the annals. Certificates and medals are bestowed on the meritorious students hailing from the constituent teaching units of Sri Balaji Vidyapeeth. Institute Days 2022 was celebrated with the usual pomp and splendor at SBV. The Institute Day of KGNC, a constituent teaching unit of SBV, was celebrated on the 27th of April 2022. Dr. G. Sriramalu, the esteemed Director, Directorate of Health and Family Services, Government of Puducherry, was the chief guest and distributed the certificates of merit to the UG and postgraduate students of nursing for exemplary academic performance. Dr. Sriramalu praised the efforts of SBV and the nursing services provided during the pandemic period was of highest order. Professor S.C. Parija, the Honorable VC, delivered the special address. Other functionaries, faculty members, invited guests, parents and students thronged the event. The Institute Day of MGMCRI, the flagship college of SBV, was celebrated in a grand manner on the 29th of April 2022. Professor B. Vengamma, the Honorable Vice Chancellor cum Director, Sri Venkateswara Institute of Medical Science, Tirupati, was the chief guest. She gave an inspiring address to mark the event. Certificates and medals were given away to the students for their immaculate academic performance. Professor S.C. Parija, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of SBV, delivered the presidential address. University functionaries, heads of the institutes, faculty, parents and invited guests attended the impressive and lively program. The Institute Day Celebration 2022 was held at IG Ideas, a constituent teaching unit of SBV, on the 6th of May 2022. Professor R.S. Neelakantan, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Meenakshi Academy of Higher Education Research, Chennai, was the chief guest. Professor Neelakantan blessed the awardees with a remarkable speech that acted as a clarion call for the avid students of dentistry. The day also witnessed the formal induction of the first year BDS students and the student council. Professor S.C. Parija, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, delivered a special address on this occasion.
The theory of salutogenesis shows that life resources do not only help to buffer negative health outcomes of life demands, but simultaneously enhance positive health outcomes. The salutogenic view implies strengthening people's health potential, making good health a tool for a productive and enjoyable life. Since it is a valid, reliable, multidimensional and applicable instrument for measuring health in different cultures, more policies for health promotion through the model should be suggested and implemented at a global level. As healthcare and its quality discourse are dominated more and more by the dictum of evidence-based practice, if salutogenesis is to be acceptable in healthcare, it has to demonstrate its evidence-based character. But salutogenesis, a partly normative concept, also has quite an unrealized potential for being more evidence-based. Applying salutogenesis principles in healthcare successfully cannot just be done by introducing salutogenesis in healthcare practice, but must also include salutogenic clinical research and change in underlying healthcare policy. Today, based on the concepts of salutogenesis in modern medicine, we can look towards more preventive measures for future, but there is a need for much more research in various dimensions within healthcare to prove it. Further, research is needed to examine barriers to successful salutogenic interventions in corrections and also to determine how to overcome them. I wish you the best of health. Do remember to continue practicing physical distancing, wearing masks, and strictly adhere to hand hygiene. Stay safe. God bless you. Jai Hind.